All right, so are you ready to dive into DeepSeek AI?
Always ready to dive into something new.
This is a Chinese platform that's been, really making waves in the AI world.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And so we're going to take a deep dive into it and try to understand why it matters and how it stacks up against the more familiar ChatGPT.
Sounds good.
So our source material today is a blog post from wealthyaffiliate.com titled, "What is DeepSeek AI and why does it matter?"
That's a good question. A lot of people are asking that these days. And it's interesting because DeepSeek has actually, it crashed recently.
Really?
Yeah, just from its popularity. And it just makes me think of that Trump meme coin a while back. You know?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, the impact was similar to a sudden surge of interest.
So it's like going viral in the AI world.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, well, let's get down to the basics then.
Sure.
What exactly is DeepSeek AI?
DeepSeek AI, well, it's a platform. You know. It was welcomed in November 2023.
Okay, so it's pretty new.
Relatively new, yeah. But it's already had some big updates in May and December of 2024.
Oh, wow. So they're actively developing it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And what they're offering is a free model with something called DeepThink.
DeepThink.
Yeah, DeepThink, it's an R1 reasoning model, and this is kind of the core of it.
Yeah.
You know, think of it as the engine behind DeepSeek's ability to understand complex questions and generate responses.
Ah, so it's like the brains of the operation.
Exactly, it's the brains. And it allows DeepSeek to have conversations that sound very natural and human-like.
Okay, so it's similar to what we see with ChatGPT in terms of that conversational aspect.
Yeah, very similar.
You mentioned that it's a free model.
Yeah, that's one of the big things about it.
That's pretty incredible because a lot of these platforms have paid tiers and subscriptions. So what's the catch here?
Well, there's no real catch. The free model comes with internet search capabilities.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
it can actually access and process information from the web.
Exactly. It can pull in information from the web in real time to answer your questions and give you up-to-date info.
So it's like having this super-powered research assistant at your fingertips?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, that's amazing.
And this is actually a big difference compared to something like ChatGPT because their advanced reasoning, their O1 model, is a paid feature.
I see.
So DeepSeek is offering that kind of advanced reasoning and internet access all for free.
So they're really shaking things up.
They are definitely shaking things up, yeah.
Okay, but every platform has its strengths and weaknesses, right?
Of course.
So where does DeepSeek fall short?
Well, one area where DeepSeek is still catching up is in terms of features. It doesn't have the same breadth of features as ChatGPT.
Okay, so what's missing?
For example, it doesn't have GPTs.
GPTs.
Yeah, those are specialized AI tools within ChatGPT that can do things like write different kinds of content or translate languages.
Right, so it's more focused on that core reasoning and internet search functionality.
Exactly. It's more focused on that core functionality.
Okay.
And DeepSeek is also limited in terms of API functionality.
So developers don't have as many options for integrating it into their apps.
Right.
Okay.
And another thing is it can't generate images, at least not yet.
Ah, so some of those creative capabilities are still missing.
Yeah, they're still working on those aspects.
Yeah.
It's really honing in on what it does best, which is the reasoning and providing information.
But there's a saying, all that glitters isn't gold.
True.
And I've heard that DeepSeek has been having some issues with crashing and reliability.
Yeah, it's been having some growing pains, you could say.
What's been going on?
Well, actually, the blog post we're looking at mentions that the author even had trouble getting DeepSeek to do a very basic task.
Really?
Yeah, just because there was so much traffic.
Wow.
They're struggling to keep up with all the attention they're getting.
It's like they've become a victim of their own success.
It's a classic startup problem,
Yeah,
Sudden success can expose weaknesses that you didn't even know you had.
that's true.
So it makes you wonder, can they handle the pressure? Can they scale their infrastructure fast enough to meet this growing demand?
Yeah, reliability is so crucial for any AI platform,
Absolutely.
especially when you're going head-to-head with giants like ChatGPT.
Exactly.
So, okay, we've got this powerful free AI with internet access, causing a buzz, but it's also crashing all the time.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag.
So what's the big picture here? Why is DeepSeek such a big deal?
Well, I think DeepSeek is challenging the established order, Imagine having free access to this powerful AI that can reason search the web, help you with complex tasks.
It's like democratizing AI,
Exactly.
making it accessible to anyone.
Precisely. And that has the potential to disrupt the entire AI landscape.
So you're saying DeepSeek could be like the Linux of AI?
You could say that, yeah.
That's a pretty big deal, especially for people who might not have the resources to access those paid AI tools.
Exactly. It could level the playing field and make AI more accessible to a much wider range of users. Students, researchers, small businesses, entrepreneurs, you name it.
That's a powerful vision.
It is. But there are some potential hurdles to consider as well.
You mentioned regulatory hurdles earlier.
Right.
Could you elaborate on that?
Sure. Being a Chinese platform, DeepSeek could face challenges when it comes to data privacy regulations, especially in Western markets like North America and Europe.
Right. We've seen similar concerns with other Chinese tech companies.
Yeah, definitely. It's something to keep an eye on.
So the question is, will DeepSeek be able to navigate these regulatory complexities?
It's hard to say for sure, but if they can address those concerns and build trust with regulators, DeepSeek could have a truly global impact.
Okay, let's bring this back to our listener then.
All right.
What does all of this mean for you?
The key takeaway is that the AI world is changing rapidly. New players like DeepSeek are emerging, challenging the status quo, and they're offering these really exciting possibilities.
The landscape is shifting beneath our feet.
It is, and it's crucial to stay informed because these developments, they could have a direct impact on your life, both personally and professionally.
I mean, for example, imagine using DeepSeek to research a new business idea. You could ask it to analyze market trends, identify potential competitors, or even help you brainstorm marketing strategies.
That's a great example.
That kind of power available for free, that's game-changing.
Absolutely. And like with any new technology, it's important to approach it with both enthusiasm and a healthy dose of skepticism.
Right.
Be aware of its limitations, its potential risks, and always think critically about the information it provides.
That's great advice. Speaking of different perspectives, the blog post we're deep diving into has a lively comment section.
Oh yeah, it's always interesting to see what users are saying.
Let's take a look and see what other users are saying about DeepSeek.
Yeah, because user feedback can really give us some insights into how people are actually interacting with the platform. You know, what they think of its strengths and weaknesses.
Exactly. So let's dive into the comments.
All right, let's see what people are saying.
One user brought up data privacy concerns, which is understandable.
Yeah, that's a valid concern.
It's something we should all be thinking about, not just with DeepSeek, but with any AI platform we use. Our data is valuable.
Absolutely.
And we need to be mindful of how it's being collected and used.
Transparency and control over our data are becoming increasingly important in this age of AI.
Absolutely. And it's good to see users engaging in these conversations.
Yeah, definitely.
Another user mentioned that they're sticking with ChatGPT for now because of its wider range of features and their personal conversation history.
Interesting.
It's like they've built a relationship with ChatGPT.
It really highlights the importance of user experience. You know, people become accustomed to certain interfaces and features, and sometimes familiarity outweighs the allure of something new, even if it's free.
Makes sense. Someone else said they're going to wait and see how DeepSeek develops before giving it a try. They're focusing on the AI tools they're already comfortable with.
That's a valid approach. There's no need to jump on every new trend. Sometimes it's wise to let things mature a bit before investing your time and energy.
Right. Now, this next comment compares the buzz around DeepSeek to that Trump meme coin frenzy we talked about earlier.
Oh, wow.
Do you think that's an accurate comparison?
I think it captures that sense of sudden popularity and disruption that DeepSeek represents. Like that meme coin DeepSeek has generated a lot of hype and excitement.
Right.
But whether it can maintain this momentum and establish itself as a major player in the long run, that remains to be seen.
Right. It just shows the power of virality in the digital age.
Yeah.
Sometimes things just take off unexpectedly. Okay, one last point from the comments. A few users highlighted the fact that DeepSeek is open source.
Yes. That's a big difference.
Which is a big difference from ChatGPT's closed model. Can you explain what that means and why it matters?
Sure. Open source basically means that the code behind DeepSeek is publicly available. Anyone can access it, modify it, and contribute to its development.
Oh, wow.
This is a huge contrast to ChatGPT, which is a closed system controlled by a single company.
So DeepSeek is more like a community effort with developers from all over the world potentially contributing to its growth.
Exactly. It's a more collaborative approach.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
This open source approach could mean faster innovation. Imagine a community of developers constantly improving DeepSeek, making it even more powerful and versatile than closed systems like ChatGPT.
Yeah, it's an exciting prospect.
Right.
But are there any downsides to this open source approach?
That's a good question. Could it lead to issues with security or reliability?
Those are valid concerns.
Yeah.
Open source projects can sometimes be more vulnerable to security breaches or bugs, if the code isn't carefully vetted.
Right.
And coordinating the efforts of a large, decentralized community can be challenging.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But the potential benefits in terms of innovation and transparency are huge.
So it's a trade-off like with many things in the tech world.
Yeah, there are always trade-offs.
But it seems like DeepSeek's open source nature could really shake things up in the AI landscape. We're talking about a potential paradigm shift in how AI is developed and shared.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's going to be fascinating to see how the open source community embraces DeepSeek and what they create with it.
To wrap things up, DeepSeek is a newcomer to the AI scene, but it's already making a splash.
Yeah, it's making waves.
It offers powerful reasoning capabilities and internet search for free, which is a game changer.
It's definitely a game changer.
Yeah.
We've seen that DeepSeek's emergence has sparked a lot of excitement and debate. Some users are eager to embrace this new platform, while others are taking a more cautious approach. It's a very dynamic situation, and the future of DeepSeek is still uncertain.
But one thing's for sure, DeepSeek is forcing us to rethink the possibilities of AI.
It really is.
It's challenging the established players and pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Absolutely. It's an exciting time to be following this field.
It really is. Who knows what amazing AI tools and capabilities we'll have at our fingertips in the next few years.
Yeah, the future of AI is wide open.
And that's what makes it so important to stay engaged, to keep learning, and to be part of the conversation.
Exactly. The future of AI isn't something that's going to be decided by a few tech companies behind closed doors. It's going to be shaped by all of us through our choices, our feedback, and our collective imagination.
Well said. So to our listener, we encourage you to keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
That's the spirit.
We're all on this journey together, and it's going to be an incredible ride.
It's going to be amazing.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into DeepSeek AI.
It's been a pleasure. Yeah, it really does feel like we're at a crossroads with AI.
On one hand, you have these powerful but closed systems like ChatGPT.
And on the other, you have these open source platforms like DeepSeek emerging, and they could completely change the game.
Yeah, it makes you wonder which approach will ultimately lead to the most innovation and benefit society as a whole. It's a question that a lot of experts are grappling with right now.
Yeah, and it's a tough one. Both open and closed models have their own advantages and disadvantages.
Right.
Closed models can often provide like a more polished and reliable user experience, at least in the short term. But open models have the potential to foster this more collaborative and decentralized approach to AI development.
So it's not really a matter of one being inherently better than the other.
No, not at all.
It's about understanding the trade-offs and finding the right balance for different applications and contexts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's also important to remember that this is still very early days in the development of AI.
Right.
What seems like a revolutionary breakthrough today could be completely commonplace tomorrow.
Yeah, we're constantly seeing new advancements.
We are, and we're just beginning to scratch the surface of what's possible.
And it's an exciting time to be following this field.
It is.
Who knows what amazing AI tools and capabilities we'll have at our fingertips in the next few years.
I know, it's mind-boggling to think about.
And that's what makes it so important to stay engaged, to keep learning, and to be part of the conversation.
Absolutely. The future of AI isn't something that's going to be decided by a few tech companies. Behind closed doors.
Yeah, it's a collective effort.
It's going to be shaped by all of us through our choices, our feedback, and our collective imagination.
Well said. So to our listener, we encourage you to keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
Yeah, don't be afraid to experiment and see what you can create.
We're all on this journey together, and it's going to be an incredible ride.
It's going to be an amazing adventure.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into DeepSeek AI.
It's been a pleasure. It's going to be an amazing adventure.
It really is. And, speaking of adventure, it's really important to remember that we're all on this journey together when it comes to AI.
Yeah, we are.
And the future of AI isn't something that's going to be decided by a few tech companies behind closed doors.
Absolutely not.
It's going to be shaped by all of us.
It is.
Through our choices.
That's right.
Our feedback and our collective imagination.
I love that, collective imagination. That's what it's all about.
It really is. So to our
listeners,
we encourage you to keep exploring, keep questioning.
Keep pushing the boundaries.
And keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to experiment and see what you can create with these amazing tools.
Because we're all on this journey together.
We are.
And it's going to be an incredible ride.
It's going to be amazing.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into DeepSeek AI.
It's been a pleasure.
And we'll catch you next time.
See you later.